Okay, so AusAlert arrived with a bit of a thud, literally blasting through every phone in the country, whether you wanted it, whether you liked it or not. And at the time, we were told it was about safety, emergencies, and keeping Australians safe, keeping Australians informed. And why would we ever doubt what the government tells us? But let's look at what's happened after that the alert came out, the testing came out. We've got a few questions, and the questions are simple. Where has AusAlert gone and what has it become? Because what we're seeing now isn't just a safety system, it's a compliance system, it's a behavioral tool, and it may be the beginning of something far more concerning, a government controlled communication channel that bypasses consent and bypasses freedom. So let's look at what has actually happened since the rollout.
Got my eyes straight ahead, got my head in the game. With the red light on, I'm just waiting for the change. Keep my head down low.
AusAlert was sold as a national emergency alert system, a way to inform, a way to warn people about disasters, a tool to keep Australians safe. But since the rollout, several things have become clear. It's not optional. Well, I said since the rollout, just since the testing anyway, these things have become clear. Uh, it's not optional. You can't opt out. You can't silence it. You can't block it. You can't choose how you will receive it. The government now has a direct line into your phone, overriding your settings. The second thing that we've seen is it's not limited to emergencies. Early messaging suggested it would be used sparingly. But already alerts have expanded beyond life threatening emergencies. So, this is how systems creep. You start off with only for emergencies, only for major incidents, only for public safety, or only for important announcements, or only for compliance notices. The slope is slippery because the definition of important is political. Next, it conditions behavior. The first AusAlert wasn't just a test, it was a psychological exercise. It taught people the government can interrupt you at any time. Your phone belongs to the system when needed. Compliance is expected, and resistance is futile. Was it the Borg that said that? I can't remember. This is how you normalize control. So you got to ask, should we be concerned? Short answer, yes. Not because of what AusAlert is today, but because of what it can become. So the first concern, centralized control over communication. AusAlert bypasses your carrier. It bypasses your apps, your settings, your consent. It is a government-controlled broadcast channel into every citizen's pocket. That is unprecedented in Australia. The second concern is the expansion of use cases. History shows that once a government gains a new power, it rarely gives it back. Now, I know what you're saying, Jay. We can all trust the Australian government to do the right thing. Now, of course, I agree with you. But let's look at it, I'll be the devil's advocate. Say, AusAlert could easily expand to public order notices, protest warnings, misinformation alerts, compliance reminders, curfew announcements, behavioral directives, all justified under public safety. The third concern would be data and surveillance integration. So, AusAlert itself isn't surveillance, and I do know just a little bit about surveillance, but it fits perfectly into a broader ecosystem. The ecosystem of digital ID, metadata retention, geolocation tracking, emergency powers, expanded police authority, social media regulation. AusAlert is it's a broadcast, it's the broadcast arm of a system that already collects enormous amounts of data. The fourth concern, conditioning the public to accept intrusion. The real danger isn't the alert, it's the normalization of government intrusion. If people accept forced alerts, forced compliance, forced communication, then they will accept forced tracking, forced digital identity, and forced behavioral monitoring. AusAlert is a test of public tolerance. So you have to ask yourself, is AusAlert another tool to diminish freedom? Blunt answer is yes, it can be, my opinion. Not because of what it does today, but I think it's because of what it enables tomorrow. Governments rarely introduce control systems all at once. They introduce them in increments. So AusAlert it's small, it's simple, seemingly harmless, and easy to justify, easy to defend, and easy to expand. It's the perfect Trojan horse. And once people accept that the government can override their phone, the next step becomes easier. Is it a surveillance tool? Technically, AusAlert is not surveillance, but practically, it fits into a surveillance ecosystem. AusAlert, it identifies your device, it confirms your location within a broadcast zone, it confirms your phone is active, and it confirms your network connection, and it confirms your compliance. It doesn't track you, but it verifies you. And verification is the foundation of surveillance. So when I did surveillance, physical surveillance, before you would have an operation going, you would start out with a probe because maybe you don't know enough. Maybe they don't have enough information. So you'll go out and you do what's known as a probe. You'll be probing. So what is it when you're in this probe stage and you want to go into an actual operation? You want to justify why you want to go into an operation. So when you're in this probe stage, that's when you're verifying. You're verifying a person's identity. You're verifying their movements. You're verifying where they live, what car they drive, who they interact with. You need verification of who they are. So AusAlert is the ping, digital ID is the profile, and metadata it's the trail. AI analysis is the interruption, the government policy is the justification. So together they form a system capable of monitoring and directing behavior. AusAlert is one more brick in that wall. Okay, so look, scripture warns repeatedly about systems of control that grow slowly and deceptively. I just want to remind you of what, because I've spoken about it numerous times here, Revelation 13, 16 to 17, it describes this world where buying, selling, and movement are controlled by a central authority. Now, AusAlert isn't that system, but it is the kind of mechanism that makes such a system possible. In Isaiah 10:1, it says that woe to those who decree unjust statutes. Emergency powers often become permanent powers. So I'll just close with this, okay? AusAlert may have started as a safety tool, but safety is always the easiest justification for control. The question isn't what AusAlert is today. The question is what it will become tomorrow. Because once a government gains the power to override your phone, your settings, and your consent, it won't stop there. Freedom isn't lost in one dramatic moment. It's surrendered one alert at a time. Of course, all of this is just my opinion. I'm Jay Fallon, and thanks for listening to the Slippery Slope podcast.
They just fuel a desire that will take me higher. I'm on fire because nothing's gonna bring me down. Nothing's gonna bring me down. Nothing's gonna stop me now. No one deals to be done. No nothing's gonna just focus on me goal. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Nothing's gonna hold me down. Got my eye on the prize. Got my eye on the